I'm Sara Miles, and I'm about the least likely person you would ever meet stomping around the street in a black cassock, or kneeling on the sidewalk, or calling the mission to repentance like a complete religious nut. I grew up completely without going to church. I never went to church as a kid. I had a very happy secular life. I was a war reporter, I was a cook, and I worked as a journalist for years. And I moved to San Francisco in the late 80s, and one morning, out of no more than complete journalistic nosiness, I saw an open door in this beautiful wood shingled building on Potrero Hill, and I walked in. It was St. Gregory's Church, and a big open empty space with a wooden table in the middle of it. And I sort of slunk in around the back to where some people were sitting down and sat with them for a while. And it was pretty, it was sort of quiet and peaceful. People sang, they sat down, they stood up, they sang. And it was all sort of interesting. And then we walked up in the middle of that big empty room and stood around it. And a woman lifted a plate of bread and said, "Jesus welcomes everyone to his table. So we offer the bread and wine, which are Christ's body and blood, to everyone without exception." And she broke it off and handed me a piece. I put it in my mouth and I knew two things at the same time. One was that I was eating a regular piece of bread. And I also knew that God, who I didn't believe in, was alive and was in my mouth. It completely short-circuited me. All that I could do was stand there and cry and then run out as fast as I could before some Christian would try to chat to me. But I kept coming back after tasting that to find out what this experience was. I wanted it. I wanted more. I was hungry. And I became a part of that church. And I work there now, running the food pantry and working in the church.